Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting session of Platinum Watch. I am your ever-present Dungeon Master, Walkman EXE. I know you get tired of this introduction, but, you know, it is what it is. It's my thing, it's my shtick, it's my gimmick. So, deal with it. Joining me as always are my ever-present role players. Going in no particular order, because everyone's not in the Roll20 yet, we're going to go in order of tokens today. So, first up we have Yuza Perik being played by Vextel24.
It's time to hunt!
Talasoon being played by the Hawk Abridged.
Hello.
Rando Bishorn being played by Zodiac Jack 19.
Don't worry, you're doing good. Keep going.
Avon Korik disguised as Gallus Morgulus being played by Red Beast 13.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
And Merrick Gilder played by Storm Stage 13.
Hi, I'm happy to be here.
Who would like to handle a recap for a nice, tasty inspiration that counts as a luck point?
I'll do it.
Alright. Fire away.
So, last time we all did a little bit of prep work, did our own things. But the main thing we did was set a trap for a transmutation wizard, abjuration wizard, who never got to abjurate because we kept fucking his shit up. We lured him to a tower where Merrick trapped him in silence, Tyler trapped him in a bear hug, and we just... Unfortunately, he couldn't get any spells off, so it just ended with him just being captured by us. And now we're ready to interrogate him before we head out to the clan wars. I believe before that we did a little bit of prep work and just personal stuff all around. I don't know. I can't remember much of it off the top of my head, unfortunately.
It's all good. Because I do.
Cool.
God, dying. Anyway. If I remember correctly, Tala went back home to check in with the priest order and their family. Merrick... Oh god, now I can't remember.
I think.
Oh, now I remember.
Just
Merrick talked with Ilum, and then he hung out and got to know all the samurai of Shing. Avok, I think, talked to... Just had, like, a sticky note conversation with, like, Janice and a bunch of other people in the Eyes of Truth.
Yeah. Like, I asked if there was any agents on Caengal, and I was told, nope, you're going into basically a dead zone for us. I was like, cool.
You got promoted, though.
I did, I got promoted.
Yuza, if I remember correctly, did some research and investigation, and then they sprung their plan on the Abjuration Principal. And I feel like Rando did something, and I'm trying to remember what it was, because I feel like it was relevant.
I wish I could remember. It was a while.
That's fine. Who needs to remember when you can just say that happened?
No.
Oh wait, no, you cashed in all your debts with your Fae. That I remember now.
All right, yeah, the stupid horse.
Yeah, you cashed in a bunch of stuff for the horse guy and the other guy, and got some pretty cool magic items sent to the Silver Dawn Inquisition.
Right, because that's what I asked for. I just don't remember what it was because I don't think you wrote it down yet.
Oh no, I've got it. I didn't write it down. No, because you didn't identify it.
Right.
But I can. You can check in with the artificers and find out what it is.
That is true.
Anyway, interrogation time. God, my throat.
Those things
For breaking his
tying
leg,
up
right?
his hands.
All right. So you find yourselves within Actually, this is something we haven't discussed. Does Yuza have a dungeon?
I'm sure there is a prison.
I was about to say, I assume that just because you sealed off your wall, your city within a hurricane wall, doesn't mean that you suddenly got rid of the judicial system.
No.
there's still
There's still going to be criminal activity.
and you still have cops.
I'm sorry,
I mean,
there's no
most
justice
people-
in the city?
I mean, yeah, I mean, most people live in fear of, you know, the giant dragon and the giants, but some people are daring.
Well, just confirming because
Mostly in the undermarket. Stupid dragons and giants.
Avok was
Yeah, okay.
promoted 2 ranks, right? To Seeker?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I remember correctly, it was... Oh, for fuck's sake, is this the Christmas one again?
Yes. Hearing Christmas music and it's badass.
Hold on, let me check the actual, like...
Yeah, I thought so. I just got really confused. I'm like, yo, am I hearing that right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I was using OneNote to store all my notes, and now it's doing this dumb thing where I can't even edit my old notes because like there's some kind of syncing error. So I haven't been able to change my notes since last session.
Okay, so this song is, a variant
Copyright?
on... No, it's a variant on,
Killed all the bells, I think.
Yeah, so... it doesn't last... Hold on, let me see. Yeah, it's almost over. It's gonna be, like, done in, like, a minute and 20 seconds.
I usually have the stuff like muted, like the sound box muted, but it actually sounds pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, so you've got him in prison.
Nice.
Alright, who's
Eat his
playing
ass.
Who's playing good cop, bad cop?
I can be good cop.
I mean, I could be bad cop.
I
I
can be
mean,
dismemberment
that.
cop.
Let's try to avoid dismemberment.
I was about to ask who wants to be worst cop.
I mean, I'll cut off a hand if I need to. That makes sure he can never cast spells again.
We need to do that. Is that necessary?
I'm just trying to avoid doing things that, like, villains would do, you know?
No,
Yes.
no, it's fine. You don't
Again,
need to
I
cut
could
off
just,
his hands.
you know, a finger at a time.
You
Or
won't
we
need to
could
cut off his hands.
not.
Believe it or not,
Look.
I was prepared to capture the principals alive, so I
Wait,
have
we probably
cells
should,
prepared with anti-magic.
We probably should have a Zone of Truth going, so maybe somebody
Well,
should
they
be there.
just
to
said,
let Blau.
didn't user just say it was anti-magic?
Yes.
Oh,
I
right.
designed cells to hold principals just in case.
What if we tell him he's in an anti-magic field and lie,
Yeah.
And then I cast Zone of Truth.
and he just doesn't know it?
Surely nothing will go wrong from this plan.
Exactly. Thanks for your faith in me, Tala.
I believe in you, sir.
So long as we bind his hands, he can't use somatic components. So that's a good chunk
I
of
do-
spells.
Okay, okay.
Because
Because I do have my, okay, so I do have my magic item, my binding.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we
Does
just
it matter?
do my rope of rope of entanglement?
Yeah, that's that.
Why don't we just do that? Do everything but his mouth. Take him out of the area, Zone of Truth him, and then problem solved.
Sounds like a plan, yeah. Kind of sounds like, now that I think about it, if someone was to design a game based on all abilities, that sounds like the intended purpose of that item.
Nah, no one will ever want to make a game of this. What would they call it?
It would be a pretty cruel game.
Mazes and Monsters or something like that?
I hate
No.
Warriors and werewolves
Okay.
is my bad.
This is getting more meta than I would like. Can we move this
Sure
along,
thing.
please?
Sure
thing.
son.
Alright,
Negatives and repercussions.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on.
right, so, I suppose we tie him up?
All right. So you tie him up.
With Rando's good old handy-dandy lasso of truth.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Yeah. I swear that item has come in handy so much.
The good item.
Ropes are useful. Who knew?
Yeah, who knew? Ropes had purpose. Anyway, so you get him tied up. You've got him in the cell of anti-magic.
Oh shit.
And you've got...
That is a thought that occurs to us now.
what?
Anti-magic rope of entanglement.
Yeah, I was wondering how that was
Yeah.
gonna work.
I
Good
thought we were
point.
like not. I thought we weren't taking him into the room yet.
I thought he was already there.
I thought we were taking him out.
I mean, listen, if you're... If
We
you've
don't
got,
have to use.
Yeah, we don't have to use the rope. If you've got the anti-magic cell, you don't need the rope. You can
Yeah.
literally just
We-
throw
like,
him in there and he's...
Just
he
tie
just-
him up.
Yeah.
Literally just tie him
Yeah.
up.
I mean,
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
reason that people wanted to do the
Yeah.
I use my rope of rope.
No, my rope of
We don't have to.
entanglement. It just,
This is false.
Rando, I use my new magic item, my rope of rope. It's just
Yeah, like-
rope.
Yeah, I think it'd be kind of hilarious though. Like the rope starts crawling to him to fixing to grab him, and then it just drops.
Oh yeah.
Ropey, are you there, boy?
Oh god, he killed it.
Oh. Anyway.
So
Tala just sends in her army of yarn ball animals.
And they all just
collapse.
die.
Oh no.
So, should we just start the interrogation? What information are we trying to get out of him in particular? Just so I know we're on the same page.
I mean, wasn't he really messing around with your two sibling?
My what?
Abjuration Principal runs the coastal army.
Yeah, kind of all.
The
He knows
Navy.
something. The Navy.
Right.
Sorry.
I don't particularly have any questions for him. I got what I wanted.
I want him alive. I have no use for this man anymore.
I was fully down to kill him.
Do we have any questions about your creator, your dad?
I mean, we know where he's going to be.
Oh right, that's right, we do.
We know where he currently is. Exactly.
Can Storm get a reminder? Because I don't see that in my notes.
He's in the Evocation Principles Tower. He's going to be in the Enchantment Principles Tower in about a month and a half.
Thank you.
Well, technically just a month now, since y'all took 2 weeks to get some stuff together. So in about 1 month, he will be moved into the Enchantment Principles Tower. Which y'all have to talk to her in order to be able to get Tala's Holy Avenger, so 2 birds, stone,
Yee.
Potato.
Good old tomatoes.
So just so we're clear, Tala and Yuza are the birds, Merrick's the stone, right?
Hi.
I mean, he flies through the air. Depends on how hard you throw him.
Yeah.
I can fly. Can you fly?
I mean,
No.
Tala can carry people. That's kind of like flying.
It's falling with style.
I mean, it's just being drugged with style.
Yeah. Dragged.
Yeah, dragged through the air though. I mean, yeah, okay, drugged could still work. I mean, you're technically getting high.
Is there any info that this guy could tell us about Eclipse? Like when they plan to attack your city?
I mean, isn't the army outside the wall?
They're there, but
They
don't know
they
when.
Have, they have been there. They have they have been probing the defenses of the Grey Wall, but like it's not to the point that they're just like sacrificing large amounts of troops. They're just like sending in a few scouts at a time, like trying to navigate their way through carefully, and it's been.
Then realize it's full of shrapnel.
I mean, they're making progress. Is it going to take them longer than probably the intended amount of time? Uh-huh. But, you know, they're there.
I'm just saying that we can maybe learn some of the principles and by extension the Eclipse's potential plans.
Oh, by all means, go ahead. He's awake.
All right. You said he's awake?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
He just, like, looks around slowly. And upon taking stock of, like, where he's at, who he's being held by, and just, like, what's going on, he just groans and is like...
Yeah, this isn't a good day for you, is it?
Apparently not.
Well, there is a silver lining here, so don't worry.
Oh.
Yeah. You get to live.
Whoopee.
I know, it's a great fucking day all around, isn't it?
I mean, that's really up to the courts. We do have a death penalty here.
Oh, well. So I
Good
might
boy.
speak too
You
soon,
get
though,
to
buddy.
live.
Of course.
Tentatively, yeah.
And pray tell, what laws have I broken?
Teaming up with Eclipse, which is essentially a terrorist organization.
Okay, where in the
I mean,
laws
You know,
of this magistocracy or even this city is that a writ?
The paperwork for that law should be finished by the time your trial starts.
I mean, in all fairness, besides for the whole Eclipse thing, I have nothing against you personally.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're a decent enough guy. You just got a necklace filled with souls.
And
Yeah, I don't really care for his fashion sense. I was gonna say that, but yeah.
and you all have attacked me, essentially without provocation, beat me, dragged me to a prison, and are holding me under false pretenses where you are inevitably going to try me for a crime that you've written into law specifically to use against me. How am I the bad guy here?
Lips wants world domination or world destruction. They seem to be split on that.
Yeah, are you aware that that those in Eclipse don't want domination? They want destruction.
They want to release the Maw.
I'm guessing you didn't know that because they didn't like to tell their real plans to someone they didn't view as worth enough to be in the know.
Well, I can't say I ever much cared for them anyway.
This doesn't have to go badly for you.
Doesn't it, though? Because on the way I see it, if I talk, the head of the principals is going to kill me. If I stay silent, you're going to try and kill me. And if I do nothing, Eclipse will come and kill me to remain silent. So I don't necessarily have a lot of incentives to withhold information, but I also don't have any incentives to give information.
Silver Dawn can offer protection.
Oh, hold on. So, I just have a question. Do you have anybody you care about? I'm not asking as a threat. I'm just genuinely asking. If you do, and the Maw comes to life, or, well, brought to the material plane, anyone you care about dies. I have no other way to describe that.
Make a persuasion check.
The way I rolled all my portents, like, 5
That
of
is,
them, 4
16.
are 18s.
All right. 16. He definitely understands what you're saying. It sinks in. And he's just like, great. So I've just got shit options then. Alright.
I would prefer not to kill you. I genuinely don't wish that.
Well, seeing as every avenue I'm traveling down ends in death, I might as well just go ahead and spill whatever you want to know. So let's hurry up with the questions so I can get back to my regularly scheduled summary execution, I'm guessing.
First of all, what's your name?
Let me pull up my document. There we go. Dorian. Dorian Salvatore.
Thank you, Dorian. Do you to bounce off what Rendo was asking, do you have anyone special to you that Eclipse might have as leverage or you're concerned about that we can try to keep safe?
Just 30 of my closest strangers.
Could you elaborate on that?
I'm married to 30 people.
Married to 30 people that you call strangers.
I think he was being
I'm
facetious.
assuming they're arranged marriages.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh.
You see, when people want something of the Abjuration Principal, they try to bargain, and unfortunately a lot of nobles, or people that want to be nobles, bargain with their children, who I have no real want nor care to be affiliated with, but c'est la vie. I'm not one to turn down resources, and they're not one to see that their child has the best in terms of wealth, food, status, and education.
Turn down resources. What does that mean?
I'm assuming nobles provide incomes and different raw materials.
Not everyone I marry is for the purpose of nobility. I'm essentially the highest law in the land in my individual area. So many of them are for just about anything. It secures my alliance with other cities or provinces, states, anywhere that's basically not destroyed. And anywhere within my city, if there are people that don't have a formal alliance with me, that wish to cement one with me or curry my favor, then yes, arranged marriages are typically what is done.
Can I insight check him just to see if, like, when he said resources, does he mean anything sinister that he does to his arranged brides?
You can make an insight check.
Like human experimentation or some shit?
Are you assuming they all brides?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Or
true.
husbinos. Okay, that is a 20 total.
He is referring specifically to the word resource in the context of the word resource, in material goods, possessions, or tradable items that are useful for the backbone of a civilization.
Gotcha, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, he's an abjuration principal. The best, he specializes in defense. Any experiment he does is going to just basically prevent someone from dying.
I just want to make sure. Okay, wear this thing and make sure that when you activate it, we're gonna run a test. Fire the arrows! Well, that one didn't work. Grab the next bride or husband.
Grab
I
my
just wanna
next...
make sure.
You can just say partner. It's easy.
Fair enough.
Yep, so 30 partners. And yeah. Any other questions, concerns, details of my nefarious deeds?
Do you need help protecting those people?
My town is the single most secured and defensible province in all of Cragseat. I need nothing for defense.
Okay.
And you offer the Inquisition anything in defense?
All I have is my city. If you want it, you're free to take it.
We don't need a city.
How did you protect your city?
Well, first off, as far as you not needing a city, that is not the impression I've been given, and he looks over at Yuza. Someone's been hunting us. And as for how I defend my city, a long time ago, all the processes had to be done by Abjuration wizards. It was the obligation of everyone in the Armored Hills that we defend our province through magic and steel, invention and arcanum. However, as the years wore on, we just started combining the two, and now most of the defenses are automated. And all of the wards and sigils that protect the city are mostly self-restoring. We do have a few people that do routine maintenance, but for the most part, the rest of our work is dedicated to research and the efforts of the military.
What do you get by working with the Clips?
The ability to live.
Are you able to put similar wards onto the Inquisition's keep?
Sure.
Inside check just to see if he's just trying to bullshit us.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I feel like he's telling the truth because at this point,
Why?
everything he cares about will die. So,
But I also just want to make sure he's not telling us what we want to hear. You know?
no, I get it. That's why I'm in the same boat.
I rolled a 17.
Yeah, he can do it. He doesn't want to do it, but he doesn't see that he has a choice.
Oh, okay, well that's easy.
I kind of lean over to Yuza. It's like, are we sure that you give us the impression that all of the principals are evil? Is that I'm just kind of confused. Some of them just seem like they're in a shit situation.
He just he just stares at him for a minute.
This guy definitely has asshole vibes. I'm just wondering. This is me forgetting why they're bad. Being an asshole isn't necessarily a crime.
For one, they do all utilize a fucking necklace full of souls.
Oh
Yeah.
never mind. Avok would be against that so hard. Avok in the group would be the one most against that. Never mind.
I wrote that specifically to get Avok on my side.
Yeah, even if they're not even if all of them aren't of the evil alignment, enough of them are okay with this act of evil that it's probably
Not exactly great.
Whatever,
yeah.
The
Like,
compliance dooms them.
Yeah, remember, Samuel came to us because he did not see another way.
He also, Samuel, of the principals you've met so far, probably the nicest one. Just because he's like, I really don't like this thing, and I kind of just got here because of my family connections. I just want to keep them safe and fuck every other principal.
Alright.
Whereas this abjuration guy just seems more like he's just like, if there is any good in him, it seems to be dedicated to specifically just protecting his people. and to hell with everyone else.
Right. Okay, thank you for the recap.
Fair.
That's a lot for an Insight 17, but you know.
Yeah, when you think about it,
That was an
I mean,
insight
the
Red
principals
Beast is
actually
being
work
I mean,
stupid.
together. They work
I
together
did get a
for the sum.
22, so.
Thank you, Rando.
Thank you
There's
for
also an insight on Red the player being an idiot. I've been literally spending the last 10 minutes
know.
going through my old notes and just making a new document because OneNote is being a fucking butt and won't let me access any of my notes from the Core of 24, the Shadowfell, or the
Man.
War in High Rock. Even the Shadowfell, or the
It's-
Elemental Alley. I'm pissed.
It's almost like you should be using Google Drive because it's superior.
Where do you think I'm moving all my notes to, my boy?
I mean, that's where I have mine.
I need to focus on reorganization.
Anyway, were there any other questions you wanted to ask the guy who you have tied up in a basement?
What is your favorite
So,
basement?
Ask him
You
how
want
he likes
some
the
stuff?
basement, maybe.
I'm sorry, what was that, Tyler?
No, that was me being a wise ass. Like, I don't know. Let's ask him how he likes the basement.
Got a
How do you
nice
like the
rug,
basement?
There's a pool table.
Again,
So-
Tala doesn't. This is a little out of Tala's depth, so she's just
He's
kind of
just- he's
standing there
just-
looking mean.
Just looks around. It's like, how do you like your prison cell? He just looks around. He's like, you have a better cell for political prisoners?
We'll look into it.
Okay.
We're trying to provide the highest service available. If you won't mind filling out the survey.
It's an
Hold on,
air
let me-
hockey table, but no one else will ever play.
We
yeah,
will visit
he
you.
can't cast Unseen Servant in here.
Yeah. Really wouldn't be very good at the game.
He's just like, be good at air hockey, and it's just like, I don't. This is too vague of an order.
Just trying to.
Have a pool table, but no pool cues.
Camilla LaFay. What can you tell us about her?
Where do you want me to start?
Start from Galleon Peravos.
Found the notes, I see.
Her, Galleon, and Kilkias all work together under Intifar Wintris, one of the greatest minds of the Magistocracy. They're one of the people that, while they didn't get the principal system going, they're the one that refined it into what it is today, and more or less created the necklaces that we all use at this point. In the beginning, she was incredibly ambitious. I guess that's to be expected. The School of Enchantment does require you to bend the will of others to your own. Most enchantment wizards are seductors and seductresses, politicians, bards and scalds, the whole.
The worst of the
9.
worst.
However, as time wore on and she found her will being twisted to Intivar's and became made a tool for control, she began to see the dark side of her school of magic and began to resent it, even. To the point where, I want to say for about a year, she refused to cast a single spell.
Camilla grew resentful of her school
Of magic.
of magic.
But things change. She found a newfound fascination in her walkabouts and came back with new ideas and ideals that she started spreading to the other principals. But we're each allowed to govern our cities in our own ways, so while Camilla's may be one of the nicer areas at the moment, financially it is close to complete and utter ruin.
What kind of work have you done for Eclipse?
None. Well, none is subjective. I haven't done anything directly for them. My research has been stolen for them. As far as wardings and processes go, I just serve the Navy of Cragseat as their fleet admiral.
Hey, 1 second. I turned to the group. There's this spell I've been wanting to try. If he actually might... If he wasn't always like this...
I don't think it's going to work on him. I know what you're pitching.
Yeah, I was thinking about casting Ceremony Atonements. It's something that...
I don't think he wants to atone.
Additionally, like... Well, first off, like... It's kind of a moot point because, again, you're in the anti-magic cell.
Yeah, I was going to be talking about the guys to take him out so I can try this.
Okay.
But it's an hour-long casting time.
And it's up to you what you want to do.
It's something that I've been thinking about trying on Gareth when we see him. I just thought maybe this might be a good testing ground for that.
What do you think, Yuza?
What does it do?
Basically, atonement for ceremony. First of all, I perform a special religious ceremony that infused with magic. When you cast a spell, choose one of the following rites. The target must be within 10 feet of you throughout the casting. The one I'm thinking is atonements. Here, you touch a willing creature whose alignment has changed, and make a DC 20 Wisdom Insight check. On a success, this will check you restore the target to its original alignment.
I don't think that's going to give what you're thinking here.
Yeah. In theory, you go from lawful evil to chaotic evil and just fuck our shit up.
Well, to be fair, you don't know what his alignment is.
Exactly. If anything, just
Regardless,
examining his character, he seems neutral.
he has to be willing for you to do this.
Yeah.
So it's really
What's in the
a
right
matter
place?
Is he willing?
Yeah. Like honestly, the only NPC that I can even think that this could even work on would be Gareth. And that's after a conversation with the guy.
We can take him to Celestia for a bit, and then it'd be good.
Still. Do you know what the other principals have done for Eclipse? Like Camilla?
Each of us don't necessarily offer spells or manpower. It's mostly research. They want us working round the clock on theories and theoreticals and creating new forms of magic. Camilla had worked for them for a time to create new means by which people could be brainwashed, indoctrinated, controlled. However...
Ava just kind of looks at the others, like... Edmund's... No, not Edmund's. Maybe that's how they control some of their agents.
Mind control?
Maybe. Edmund's homunculus are just brain dead, so it's not like they need to think.
And the king, the guy we fought in High Rock was... the guy we found Hylock was using a similar tactic of mind control. You know of any of the connection between that?
I know of the item you're speaking of, and I know what its effects are and what they were. Right now it's inert. And the other item in question is being held in storage out of the reach of any members of Eclipse, so neither of which are things I can control nor contain, so not my monkeys, not my circus.
If we were to see Camilla soon, what would something that we could say to her that would really piss her off? Avok just gives us a smug smile.
So
We
you're
want to talk to Camilla LaFay. Like in a good way.
That's fair.
so you want okay.
Just something that can mess with her head.
I'm getting mixed messages here. Do you want her on your good side or your bad side?
We want good side.
Okay, default to what he says. Ignore me.
We need to talk to her so we can get the Holy Avenger.
Damn it, you're right!
If this is gonna be a thing where it's good cop, dumb cop, can we just send dumb cop out into the hall?
Dumb cop goes into the hallway.
He just looks over at Yuza and Merrick and is like, "Why do you
Yuza has her fingers just rubbing her eyes.
why do you let him speak?"
He's normally much more charismatic than this.
Sorry, brain's full of dumb today.
stand by what I said.
I think he might have hit his head in that tower.
He just like blinks for a second. He's like, "Okay, right. If you want to get on Camilla's good side, just be respectful of her allies and people she calls friend. If you're talking about gifts, she likes Celia lilies and lavender tea. Well, specifically lavender dandelion tea, but if you have to be specific. And if you're talking about words, phrases, or just generally conversation, she's a big fan of poetry. Not the flowy... Well, she does like flowy, romanticized crap. But she likes any form of poetry, really. Epics, stories, songs. You get the idea.
Alright guys, we go get Gabe.
Gabe is now very crucial in this plan.
I like this.
I mean, you have a couple different bards to choose from, honestly, if that's if that's the goal.
We
of
do.
being a bard.
Oh, well,
Also,
we
I
can go
think
red.
Gabe's still. I think Gabe's in the Shadowfell. Currently, the only agent I gave the ogre. Whatever.
What other bards do we know besides
Alice sister.
Alpha?
No, there's,
you got Tal's sister, and you've also got Aaron.
Yeah,
I was
Aaron.
gonna say we have a sister, right?
Well, actually, no,
Yeah.
it's not your sister. It's your brother, the orc, the half orc.
I thought the sculptor was also a bard.
I don't think she is.
Maybe
I wrote this down. Let me
The
look.
artist. I thought she was also a bard.
I don't think she's a bard. I don't think I ever specified if she has a class.
Oh. Yes, we have a brother.
Oh.
Yeah, it just says the painter. I never gave her a class. She's just an artist.
Class painter.
Class, guild, artisan. Purpose, make art good.
They're actually a barbarian. It's like, this came out poorly! And it broke the things.
I think they might be either just a sorcerer like Trappet, or they might just be a wizard. I don't know if I.
You did say that like everybody who didn't have like a specialization would basically just default to sorcerer.
Yeah, what's his name?
That's true.
Vaughn?
Oh yeah, Voon.
Voon. Me. I just have in my notes. Orc. Scholar. Bard?
Oh yeah, he's classy.
Oh man. Trying to figure out the timeline of the Dosslin family is a little tricky.
I mean, I got it worked out. I can send it to you sometime if you want.
Okay. Another time.
I mean,
for
if
now.
it's any consolation, Lilysandra is your oldest sibling, and she's like in her 200s. Everyone else is like,
150 and younger.
yeah, pretty much. Anyway,
Yeah.
Do you have any food allergies?
no, I just don't like coconut.
We'll keep that in mind. You might be here for a little while.
He just looks around and is like, yeah. You have me in prison.
Don't worry. We'll bring you something to entertain yourself. Books. But what do you like?
Books might be dangerous for him.
I give him the newest edition of Captain.
He's-
No, wait, I'm in the hall. Never mind.
He's literally stuck in an anti-magic field. I think we're okay.
Hmm.
And if he breaks out, what's he gonna do?
You'll be hunted by Eclipse
Exactly.
or the principals over information he may or may not have given us.
Exactly. No matter what, if he leaves, he's fucked.
Yeah, still
We
paranoid.
He's safer with us, and he knows it. Ava calls from the hallway.
We strive to be better than our enemies.
Yeah.
Given the, I know you may not believe that, given the circumstances we apprehended you.
Yeah, it was kind of a shitty first impression, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, I appreciate your help.
Sure. Again, it's
So,
not
yeah.
like I have anything else I can do down here. If we are taking requests, I would like books, yes, whatever's available. If I have read it already, I'll let you know. Additionally, a writing table, some paper, some
Yep.
ink.
Would you like us to mail some letters for you?
No,
Okay. Don't want to tell your wives where you are?
I just assume that you all want me down here writing down all my schematics and spells and
Oh, I
whatnot.
was trying to be helpful.
Nope, you don't need to tell my partners where I am. They'll be fine by themselves. They typically just have the run of the place anyway. I see them maybe once a week at dinner. Most of the time I take my meals in my study or workspace or office, depending on where I am in the city that day. So, no, they'll be fine.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy with the life that you currently have?
I'm in prison.
Yeah. Okay, wise ass. I mean the one you're protecting. It seems as though you couldn't give a fuck about your 30 partners. Like, are you happy?
He probably was.
I don't know, it seems like even your research was ruled by other people.
Let me ask you something, Commander of the Silver Dawn Inquisition. Are you happy with the fact that you run a militant organization situated in an old monastery, gathering allies and resources for a war that may or may not come, and essentially preparing what will become a militant faction that will affect your continent for centuries?
I'm fine with it because I'm going to make sure it gets all put into good use.
He just
Well-
keeps looking at Merrick for an answer.
Believe it or not, I know the Silver Dawn will be of good. And that puts my mind at ease. When the threat is done, it will be demilitarized and serve exclusively as a relief organization.
You know, that's what they said about the principals, too.
Well, look on the bright side. I intend for my organization to learn from history instead of repeating it.
He just kind
It's not.
of shrugs. He's like, didn't really answer the question.
I am. A few years ago, I would probably say no, I don't deserve to be happy. But this is my duty, and I find peace in it.
The second you say it's my duty and I find peace in it, he just gestures his hands to you like as, ta-da, that was the answer.
Fair enough.
Walker, I just have a question because it just now occurs to me. Nothing happens to Avok when he's in the anti-magic field, right? It doesn't change him back to a Goliath, does it?
No, the potion is very specific. It is not like a
Like, still an effect thing. It's more of a, like, you drink it and, like, basically reincarnates.
It's more than that. It basically like there is a period by which it is reversible just by dispel magic or anti-magic, but after that period of time it becomes permanent and can only be reversed by another potion, which is what they gave you.
Gotcha. Just want to check.
We still need to manufacture those.
It's basically that Skyrim character retooling mod.
Yep.
Love it.
And I hope your duty brings you peace. And Merrick leaves.
He just turns to use it right. So, paper, ink, writing utensil, books.
I get you that.
Excellent. Enjoy the necklace and all the terrible shit that goes along with it, and if you need to get into my city, I'll write down how you can do that. I'm assuming that you're going to just start stationing people in it, so that's fine.
Do you want us to do that?
Better you than Eclipse.
Because if you don't want, that is your territory. You can tell us no.
At the same time, we can choose to ignore it.
He just gestures to, like, you, which they say that. He's like, I'll just write down the codes and you'll be fine.
Okay.
For what it's worth, I do honestly appreciate the fact that you didn't torture me for information. Rather, you just threw me in a cell and gave me a series of ultimatums. That's a lot better than having my flesh rent from my bones, or magically probed in the brain, or scalding oil placed upon my feet. So the fact that I'm just sitting here and basically given the accommodations I ask for in exchange for information is relatively painless. The only thing hurt here is my pride. Which, to be fair, was already pretty fragile, so.
No problem. I leave.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay, so just to list out what's actually going to happen to this guy.
Once we chop off his feet.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, I really like that boiled oil idea.
If
No,
Bucky comes back in from the hallway with a chain with like a cauldron.
I just find it funny. Me originally when we started the session. I'm fine with like torturing this dude. Me now. Hey, we should respect his decisions.
You at the start, man. We're gonna beat him up, torture him, get all the information we want. You now, man. This guy is just sad.
Yeah.
There are better options than just torture.
Okay. So Walker, to actually list out what happens to this guy.
Of course.
Obviously, like he still has to go through trial. That's just not a thing that could be avoided.
Cool.
But Yuzo will vouch for him and his usefulness, which I'm betting the judges will take into heavy consideration.
I mean, you are the principal. You are essentially the ruling body of, like, Yearion.
Yes, but Yuzo doesn't like throwing that power around.
You may not like throwing that power around.
I know
but
she doesn't like it.
People
but
still
she won't
respect
do
the
it.
power.
Yo,
Oh my
Merrick
God,
uses
that.
the Mage of Merrick.
Yeah. So basically, she's going to recommend that he, similar to Samuel, be given a place to live comfortably, have access to the labs and research along with my apprentices, only under their supervision, under multiple of their supervision, and because he was taken as a prisoner instead of when Samuel entered, he is to be wearing an anti-magic collar until he is proven to be trustworthy.
He agrees to all terms, and for the most part, like, it is a super quick trial. It kind of wraps up before y'all even leave for Caengal. Like, of the cities that have, like, an established bureaucracy, Yearion is actually pretty quick on the uptake. So, like, they basically are just like, oh, yeah, you get trial, cool, let's get it scheduled, and they just get it taken care of more or less, like, not same day, obviously, like, it is bureaucracy, but, it gets put together pretty quick.
Is Yearion's bureaucracy similar to the stuff Merrick has seen, or like, is it better than stuff found in the Platinum City? Just knowing for like what Merrick would want to take notes of and like.
Absolutely, it's better than the Platinum City, but here's the reason why. The Platinum City has a lot of, like, redundancies specifically to stand against, like, corruption. So it has a lot of, like, fail-safes and, like, things that have to basically be done, like, again and again to just, like, get anywhere. Whereas with Yearion, since Yuza has basically handpicked their, like they've groomed their populace into, like, a relatively, like, accepting and you know, trustworthy group that don't that, since Yuza provides for them, don't require a great deal of, like, extortion or skimming off the top, like changing the numbers so they can get what they want, since most of the stuff's pretty much provided anyway. So a lot of the officials that get into office aren't corrupt and aren't corrupted by power, because Yuza has systems of redundancy to watch for that shit. So rather than having bureaucratic systems of redundancy, she has, like, regulated systems of redundancy.
Like Yuza is regularly scheduled to still have her own morals tested by your apprentices.
Yeah,
if
Yuza
they deem her unfit to lead, she's dead.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll adapt that stuff into the Inquisition.
Murdering the leader?
my what?
If they decide that I become like the other principals,
like, they straight up kill her.
Oh shit!
Yeah. You want to implement that now?
Her order.
I will implement these things for my successors.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Merrick understands he's faltered.
You don't want Rita to be in charge of your life.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
It's the funniest shit. If you live or die.
Like, Merrick does want to make sure, like, whoever succeeds him is worthy.
Hey, let's calm down here.
But that's something for later.
Again, Tala didn't want Rando to have the job, but yeah, he can totally have it.
Hey, let's calm the fuck down here, guys. Come on.
As much as I like to joke about Merrick's not...
If people don't like Randall, they will just vote him out.
Randall's
by
just
the way,
like, yeah,
it's-
listen, I know that we put this thing in place to watch for corruption and kill me if, you know, things go wrong, but, you know, we can have elections. This is a democratic process.
Yeah.
Just kick me out, guys, please. Stop.
No. To be clear, I don't mean like we all. Well, someone will be appointed and killed. I mean the whole thing of like evaluations to search for corruption in the leadership.
Okay.
Not necessarily like, you're no longer worthy. Death.
Oh,
I used this
that's established
when,
for me because I could single-handedly bring this place down.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Like, I mean that a little differently for the Inquisition. I don't mean like verbatim.
Gotcha.
That's why I have multiple. That's why I have an apprentice from every school of magic to kick my fucking ass.
So, first off, this is my map of Varianis. I hope you enjoy.
So cool. It's so
Hey.
nice.
And secondly, you all begin your embarkment from Caengal. Is there any last minute preparations or steps you would like to take before I bring you over there?
Did Merrick already give up his armor to the let me where is it? The chasm. Did I already cash that in for Merrick, or have I not done that yet?
The only things that you have told me you have cashed in from the 11 primordials that have given you stuff is you drank the farmer's potion, you took the potion of action
the
surge
alchemist.
from the alchemist, and I'm pretty sure that's it. Because
In that case, when I get back, I'll cash that in because I assume there'll be a process. Like it might take a while.
Can we leave it before we go? Is my question.
yeah, any of the boons can be cashed in like now.
Then I give Merrick the thing that I was going to cash in to the chasm.
What were you going to cash into the chasm? And don't say your arm.
No. I messaged this to you already. It was the ring of the. It was
Free
one of
movement, right?
Yeah, ring. Thank you. Ring of free movement.
Okay.
In that case, I hand over my shield and my armor.
Okay.
How long do we have before the option to get the improvements is passed?
Yeah.
It will take him some time. It stands for all 5 of you, so you can turn them in at any time. The chasm will remember. The one thing I will say is, like, Merrick, the token that you got from the chasm does have like 5 like etch marks in it, and when Avok turns in his ring and you turn in your armor and your shield, 2 of the etch marks like vanish off the coin.
So, Hawk, you have to pick between Trapid and Tala.
Well, but Trapid has no real gear, so
We can get him gear.
this was the enchantment one, right? Like
Yes.
you were gonna,
This
like,
is he would make you an aspect of the foregons for your character.
Do we
Only
have
that
this,
character can use.
You're saying we have this for the rally, or would this be worked on during the rally?
This will be worked on during the clan wars, yes.
Okay.
In the meantime, you like Merrick will get loner armor and a loner shield. Like,
So
Okay. I think I'm gonna
4.
cash in my grimoire.
the arcane grimoire or just your, because you have a couple different books.
You?
Well, you've got the manual, then you've got your grimoire, then you've got the enduring spell book, and then you've got your other spell.
Oh, right.
You got like 4 books to choose from. I need to know what we're rocking with.
Right, sorry.
I'm sorry. I just checked my inventory to see, like, just double checking that's the thing I want to cash in, and I see immovable egg.
Oh yeah, you still have the immovable egg from the transmutation tower.
well, obviously he does. He can't move it.
Like he moved it.
I did. I rolled a high enough strength check thanks to the knuckles that I have. Like they awakened and I went Super Saiyan and moved an immovable egg. It was so... I love it. I was considering heading in the egg. Like, I want to make a giant chicken.
Walker, when you have a second, just let me know like the stats on what the replacement armor will be.
That's the same as what you've got. The only downside is it's not going to come with packing your resistances.
Right.
So your shield is just going to be like, it's not going to be the quick deploy shield. It's going to be just like a regular shield that's got I think it was a +2 shield if I remember correctly, or +1.
I think I was taking the shield that was Shadrow's +3 shield.
Ah. Then in that case, you've still got your quick deploy shield.
Cool. I'll keep the quick deploy.
And then yeah, the armor that you're getting is just going to be like a standard breastplate. I don't think like your armor is not a +1. It's just got 3 resistances on it, right?
Yeah, just 3 resistances, no pluses.
Cool deal. And then Red's turning.
No
into
addition, only division.
And then Vex, you're turning in one of your books.
It's weird wearing this.
Mirando, it'd be the scimitar.
Okay.
Also, I may have oopsied.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to open the Rando's Magic Items tab, and it is not opening.
Okay, let me take a look at that.
Just a quick disclaimer: we don't all need to turn them in at once.
Also, try reloading roll 20.
Okay.
Yeah, it's opening for me, so that means that either it's already open and it got shunted into like a back window and you just need to reload, or something happened and I'll just have to edit with the settings here in a bit.
All right,
But the reload should fix it.
I know exactly
there we go.
what.
Whew.
Yes, Austin?
I know exactly what Tala's gonna have done. Her nearly complete Platinum Watch card collection. Get the whole thing. I kid. You said we get replacement items for the meantime.
They become deck of illusions, but more physical.
Just to be Walker just gives me a deck
like
of
a
many
Yu-Gi-Oh
things
card.
in exchange.
What?
This Walker just ends up giving me a deck of many things in exchange, and it kills everybody.
It actually functions just like your bag of yawn, except you summon yawn duplicates of all of us.
Please
That'd be
let me
epic.
level up or
I mean,
fight a demon.
It's funny you mentioned the deck of many things.
Yeah, we have one.
We do?
But
Yeah.
What?
Nah. So you said like we'll get
I
replacement
sent the
items
document. That's one of the things we found in Kilthias' tower.
Oh my god!
Let Hawk talk for a second.
So you said we'll get duplicates of or replacements for stuff while we're having it. Like, so could Tala give like her shield or her cloak of protection?
Yeah, and you'll get a replacement.
Okay, because I can't give up my sword right now. I'd like to do with Holy Avenger, but we won't have time because it has to be done now.
It
It
doesn't.
doesn't have
armor
to be
just
done
got
now.
Okay, she might hold off and then have it done with Holy Avenger then.
Okay.
Because I don't really, because we only can do it once, and all of her gear's okay. I don't know. I'm just kind of curious to see what kind of boost Holy Avenger we get.
I don't know what boost.
I mean,
Holy
it's a
Avenger needs.
legendary item, so I will let you know it's not going to be a lot.
Okay, well in that case, I'll just do my cloak of protection
Okay.
because it would be because my armor just got redone, and like I said, I kind of need the long sword for now.
I don't suppose Merrick can like haggle for like a +1 on breastplate. He has his loner, huh?
Do you want a +1 breastplate?
I would actually, thank you.
Yeah.
Please. Thank you, sir.
Dude, we both
I
highly
cannot
skilled military grade.
stress. I cannot stress enough how inconsequential it is to the chasm.
Dude,
Oh, I thought I was getting like loaner equipment from my
No!
from the Inquisition armor.
The chasm is giving you the loaner equipment for all the stuff you're turning in.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Even if you did have to take it from your own people, I don't think a +1 breastplate is going to matter much to the.
Here's the thing: this isn't a storm problem. This isn't a Himeric problem. This is a storm problem. He doesn't like asking anybody for anything.
That is true.
I'm calling you out.
I once went like 3 weeks without telling my family I had an ear infection because my sister was moving to college and my younger sister was playing varsity soccer.
This is true.
3 weeks later, I
Bro.
went deaf in that ear.
For what it's worth, though, as you all like turn it like so, when you do all decide to start handing over your items and get your loaner equipment, like it does take you to the chasm's citadel. So first off, y'all land in a airship dock on the lower levels of like his citadel. So you all just arrive and look out to like on the horizon of this airship dock to see 3 like fully like equipped war airships that he has just got lying around, and 2, you see like the asses of 6 Tarrasques that are just stomping around.
What the fuck?
What?
Uh-huh.
And as you climb up the levels through the citadel, scaling black obsidian stairs through sections that are cemented together with astral chain, just nothing linking them together but the gravitational force of magic and this chain forged of astral iron. You arrive at a lookout kind of on the middle level with a large, well-equipped forge, and sitting in a lawn chair, tiki mug in hand with a little umbrella and some kind of brightly colored drink, is the Chasm, just chilling in his, cargo shorts and flip-flops and brightly colored Hawaiian shirt. Sunglasses on, just like...
Team, this is the chasm.
He just raised
Nice.
his little
Please
mug.
tell me there's someone like a few feet off screen playing a ukulele.
100% there is like a like very nervous goblin playing a ukulele.
I've come
Oh,
to deliver some equipment for the token you gave us.
Yeah, cool.
I don't suppose you have loaner equipment I can borrow, because it's my armor that I plan on handing over.
Yeah, sure. Grimfold, show him to the chest, and he's like, yeah, sure, boss. And he's just like, faster, please. And he's like, okay.
I start taking off the armor. Please be very careful with this. It actually moves with me when I transform into my werewolf form, so it doesn't chafe.
This is a ring of free movement, so I was hoping you could find something interesting to do with that.
Yeah, all right.
Got us that ring.
Yeah. Yeah,
You got that from Rita, didn't you?
I did. My most cherished item.
Gotcha.
He just looks at you, he's like, that's real sweet. I hope you do know that I am going to be melting the fuck out of it.
Wish you didn't tell me that, but yeah, go ahead, man. Do what you gotta do.
You brought a ring to be improved to a fucking primordial blacksmith. Like,
I thought you just like hit it with a magic hammer, boom, you're done. I didn't,
this isn't some fucking fairy story. I'm a craftsman, not a fucking artisan.
My mistake. My mistake.
Damn it, man! I'm a craftsman, not a doctor.
Avok has somehow got dumber the longer I've been playing him.
I don't make fancy, pretty shit. I don't hit it with a hammer to improve its aesthetic. I build great and terrible things.
Are you telling me when I'm in Skyrim and I'm hitting stuff with a hammer on the workbench, that's not actually improving it? That's just hitting it with a hammer?
The fuck
Well,
is
that's a lie.
Skyrim?
Guys,
My life is a lie.
Who the hell is Steve Jobs?
Anyway,
Red, I'm just gonna say it.
No,
Avok has always been, to some degree, kind of an idiot.
no, he used to just be pretty chill, and then I think I progressively got
Horse.
dumber.
Horse.
Never mind, he's been an idiot his entire life. Thank you for reminding me.
thank you for coming to my TED Talk where Avok's an idiot.
Me,
But wait,
I'm
whole
sorry.
thing-
I'm gonna say it.
Nah, dude.
The whole thing wasn't his life; it was his afterlife.
I know that you hardly even put up a fight. I was like, well, I don't know. I know I
came
had to
ready
say it was
throw
forced. I was like, not that you raised a solid argument.
I got used to rushing real fast. I'll be right back.
Yeah, use a hand over the book, over the arcane grimoire.
Gotcha.
And my sword.
And my act. God damn it.
Apple pops down, chill. Wait a minute, no!
But nobody's gonna hand over the bow?
One
Well,
second.
Well, I tried to hand over my arm, but no one would
Before
let me.
throws down his gun. Guys, imagine if we got Bloodsport's gun upgraded.
Huh. Something's going on with Merrick's sheet.
What's up?
Well, it's showing that his hit points were 161, but then in Merrick's sheet it said that his hit points were 201. So I tried to sync the token with the sheet, and now his hit points are showing 161.
Weird flex, but okay.
I don't know what his hit points were, and that's kind of concerning me that, like, the thing might not be... Yeah, okay, so it's my tokens that are the problem. So my tokens have not been updating for y'all's new hit points, I guess, for some reason.
Huh.
So I guess I get to fix all that.
Roll 20, please fix your stuff. We love you.
What happened?
Fixing
There's
it
just
now.
the tokens aren't accurately displaying our sheet information.
Oh, that's lovely.
So that just means that I'll have to keep an eye on that in the future. Additionally, at any point, y'all can just, like, update your token information as well.
You got it?
I don't mean to add more to your plate, but I just want to say this before I forget about it. If you already have it written down, I would like the abjuration information.
I don't already have it written down, so I will get it to you after this session.
Alright.
What?
Between me and my simulacrum, I think we can use all of the amulets.
How did my speed change?
I'm assuming it's something to do with the tokens again. Just
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I
fix it on your own time.
Yeah, I did. Somehow my speed went up by 5. I was like, I
How did
should
I
beat
get
them.
99 spell slots?
What the fuck?
Kidding.
Don't tease the man. He's busy.
He's
Thought the
busy
sarcasm would bleed
providing
through.
for us.
Thought the sarcasm would bleed through. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Oh god.
Don't kill! Don't hurt me!
You're fine, man.
Okay,
Don't
so
worry
your
about it.
AC is 15 with mage armor. Okay, cool. I'll fix this another day. I didn't realize that in Roll20's most recent update, it decided to fuck me. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Yeah, so we're ready to get to kind of go.
Oh yeah. Do this.
To kind of go.
All right, great. Let's fix that. Apologies that the map is super pixelated. This was the only one I could find that I liked, and unfortunately it did not translate over well.
I've absolutely been there.
Don't worry.
no,
Theater
it's
of the mind.
So yeah. You all arrive, via teleportation means, I should say. In Caengal, as when you reach out to Clan Ergadlan and let them know, like, hey, we will be joining you for the Clan Wars, blah, 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 we are going to be there post-haste. What they do is they go ahead and send you over a teleportation circle formula. And as you activate the teleportation circle, you arrive in a large camp in the middle of a wide, sprawling forest at the top of a hill, and outside the bounds of the forest are roving plains of lush green grass and piled cairns of stone and fairy circles, large, towering mycelian constructs off in the distance, as well as roving hills and glades of various verdant horticulture. Welcome to Fantasy Ireland.
Ah, so Ireland.
So just literally Ireland.
I've been there once. There was a keg on every street corner. But that might have just been Dublin. Beautiful.
So yeah. You all arrive. And immediately you are greeted by the members of Clan Ergadlan you met last time. So the gentleman whose name you didn't happen to catch, who was running the booth and spoke to Avok a great deal of time, walks up to Avok, who he only knew as Orc, and is just like, Orc! And just gives him a big hug.
There, son!
Oh, and he looks over at the chief who's walking up now, and he's like, right, I never introduced my name. I'm Finn. And that's Chief McBair.
Got it. Nice to probably meet you, Finn.
He's like, nice to meet you too. I need to get your name so I can stop calling you Orc.
You can call me Gallus.
Alright, it's a pleasure to meet you, Gallus.
Yeah. Excited to be here.
And Chieftain McBair walks up and says, well, welcome to Caengal.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Haven't been waiting too long, so that's that. Right.
Go ahead.
No, you first.
Anything you can tell us of the situation right now? The clan war situation at the moment. Did I actually get a chance to bring Ilum like I
100%, yeah. Like,
okay.
A teleportation circle stays open for 1 minute, so, like, it's basically a section on the ground that is permanently open to another destination.
Okay.
For a short period of time, and you can always cast it again. So it opens, and you all walk through, and Ilum and the people you brought through come, and like as you all step off it, like they kind of again quickly move you off it as like the teleportation circle goes active again, and like more people start pouring through. It seems like there are a couple different circles in the area. It seems like it's a pretty active thoroughfare.
I brought some men with me. Hope that's okay.
Ain't a problem at all. Always welcome more people in the group. Right, so we didn't actually explain to you how this is going down, because I realized that Walker explained in the meta, but no character has explained it to you. So, Chief McBair goes ahead and gives you the rundown. So there is, so the Clan Wars is a tournament-style, competition between the various alliances of, Caengal. Now, for the sake of fairness, normally clans will get into like very large alliances and work with each other. Like the alliances change like the seasons because it's all about land disputes, like crop resources and livestock, manpower, as well as like political alliances. So they're like old blood feuds that run deep and like other things like that. And alliances can get pretty big. However, for the sake of fairness in the tournament, each alliance is restricted to 3 clans for a bracket of 16. The alliances can bring in any outsiders they wish, so long as they are trusted envoys of the clan. However, there is like a hard cap to the number of like outside aid they can bring in, with each clan only being able to bring in within their alliance 1 ally.
Right.
So it could be, so you could be up against so in the context of the tournament, you could be up against teams that are only 3 clans. You could be up against teams that have a full roster of outside allies, meaning you're up against 6 different groups. Or you could be up against one that's just got like only one person brought an ally, so you got 4. You know, it varies in size.
And the roster caps at 16 for any individual clan/alliance, or the total roster of everyone.
So 16 is the total number of alliances.
Okay.
Each alliance is composed of 3 clans of Caengal and can include up to 3 outside alliances.
Gotcha.
And here's how it works. Grim McBar goes to explain that basically it's a tournament. The initial tournament is designed to test strength, strategy, as well as diplomacy and one's cunning. So instead of individual like competitions or games, it is just a singular war game style capture the flag. Killing is prohibited. You are not allowed to murder or maim. You are just allowed to like knock your foes unconscious. The purpose is that the clans who have like king candidates can prove their worth through strategy and strength. And basically the bracket of 16 will just go down to 2 finalists, and those 2 finalists will be considered like the people that are closest to becoming the High King. He does explain to you as well that there isn't a fear of like being knocked out, because there is a loser's bracket. The only terms of elimination is if you lose twice, you are out. So even if the alliance happens to lose for whatever reason, if they can climb to the top of the loser's bracket, they can challenge one of the 2 winners of the main tournament for their spot.
Gotcha. So even if we lose, we still will pull out a win.
Absolutely. And it's not, and there are times where it has happened. Oftentimes, like, some clans will even lose the first round intentionally as kind of like an intentional handicap. Because there are a lot of legends about, like, if a clan can basically, like, if a clan wins the entire thing, like, obviously they're strong. But if a clan loses and then wins their way through the loser's bracket and then proceeds to, like, curb stomp one of the champions, that's considered a sign of, like, great strength. Like, almost divine providence.
I'm gonna be honest, I literally was just messaging that. I'm like, we gonna underdog this?
That is an option. It, like I said, it will be a handicap because, again, if you lose twice, you're out. Which means that if someone makes it to the championship set, they have won every single bout and not lost once. Which means that if you climb the loser's bracket, you would have to beat them twice to eliminate them.
Sounds easy.
That's now you see why, again, like I said, if someone makes it all the way to the top of the loser's bracket and then beats a champion, that's considered like divine providence.
Oh yeah.
They beat him twice in a row then.
Yeah, they have to beat him twice in a row.
Okay.
So it's a hard thing to do to climb from the loser's bracket, but it is something that is feasible.
It happened in the past.
Yep.
So, Bearson, well, I assume you are the candidate for High King of your people, or is there another?
I'm currently the candidate for Clan Ergetlan. Most people typically put forward their chieftain, but there are other situations where someone, either a capable warrior, shaman, or spiritual leader, is elected.
Then let's get you that throne.
Hi, I guess I'll go ahead and introduce you to our allies, and we'll get things going. And he leads you over to a tent in the war camp towards the far end. It's actually the biggest tent. Because Clan Ergetlan, like he told you at the Conclave of Courts, is more or less considered like one of the biggest clans and kind of like the backbone of like Caengal society. Like them and Clan Braith are the only two remaining like original clans. And Clan Ergetlan's been solid throughout all the centuries.
Gotcha.
So he takes you in and he's like, alright, well, I'll go ahead and introduce you to our allies. First off, this is Siobhan of Clan Ghislaine, and you see a tall warrior woman clad in leather pants, pelts, and skulls, just kind of standing there with like wild hair and war paint on, and she's like, pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too.
And he goes, and this is Gregor of Clan Dirmata, and a dwarven man with a very unique appearance kind of saunters up. And it's just like, oi, so you're the twats that we're going to be working with. Pleasure to meet you. Can you fucking fight?
Aye, we can.
Oh boy, can we.
You bet your mother we can fight.
Fuck yeah.
Occasionally.
Alright. You bet my mom that we could fight?
Aye, we can.
Alright, well.
I've been doing nothing but fighting since I was roughly 15.
Great Gram, she, God rest her soul. If. Alright. He just seems to be like processing this, like he seemed to be thinking of like a witty retort and then couldn't come up with anything because you kind of like adopted his accent and then mocked him with it, and he's just like, I don't really have anything for this.
I'm sorry, Walker, can I get the spelling of their names?
Yeah. So I'll say this, from Grimm, you do know that like not everyone carries the last name of their clan. Some people are like part of the clan, but they have their own like family. So you have Siobhan, or yeah,
Siobhan
of
Clan
Ghislaine. Her I can include, I'll include her last name real quick.
Looking forward to this arc.
So it's Siobhan Cordal of Clan Ghislaine and Gregor Dirmata of Clan Dirmata.
I was so off with the spelling on these.
And then for your last person, it is
Where's the spelling being put?
Mute chat.
there we go.
And which is the one that Tala just talked with?
Gregor.
Gregor.
Gregor, okay, cool. Double checking.
Yeah, and Grim goes, right, so... Guess I'll go ahead and give you the rundown on everybody else. There's not much to say, necessarily, but, yeah, let's go over it. So, as you know, the, clan that we're engaged with that claims to be the descendants of Clan Orga and Clan Asphira is Clan Kerbrok, led by Chieftain Vesha Kerbrok. They're in alliance this year with Clan Ludash and Clan Creme Noir.
I'm going to beg you to give me all those names because my brain just collapsed.
I have everything. You'll get everything. I'm just gonna keep narrating for a while. Cause...
Yeah, we'll get them after the session.
Okay.
Paula's just nodding. She's just gonna punch whoever she's told to punch.
Other people to kind of watch out for this year. There's not... Again, there's 48 clans in Caengal. I don't expect you to remember all of them. Some of them
48?
Some of them are fucking cunts. I'll just let you know about the ones that you should probably keep your eye on. There's an alliance of Clan Braith, which they've teamed up with Clan Sylphane and Clan Colgak. Then there is another one that we've kind of had some clashes with in the past is Clan Lugain. They're teamed up with Clan Weird and Clan Ada. Then of course you've got Clan Bolg, who's teamed up with Clan Tamine and Clan Damine. And that's pretty much it.
Alright.
And Gregor speaks up. Well, what about the fucking Dark Order candidate? And he's like, I guess I gotta talk about them. So Clan Bogain has never won a single Clanmoot. But this year they've teamed up with two really strong warrior clans and hope to carry themselves to victory. Those are Clan Indair and Clan Arthur.
Indair and Arthur. Well. Any allies we should be told about?
Just the ones in the room, more or less. Like,
No, I'm sorry. I mean the allies of outside parties that have been dragged in that like we have.
Oh, that are on our side. I mean, well, you, all of the Silver Dawn are here representing Clan Ergetlan, but we've also got Clan Ghislaine, and Siobhan speaks up. She's like, so I know some centaurs of the Trampling Woods, and they've agreed to join our cause. So I've got some centaurs of the Summer Court of Fae that are going to be joining us. And Gregor speaks up. And, yeah, I've got a lot of family in the Court of Dusk. People call them Unseelie Fae. That's kind of really fucking racist. But yeah, they'll be joining us. He's like, so, yeah, we got some Fae.
Sounds like you got your bases covered.
Yeah, good variety.
Grim's like, I mean, we've got the centaurs of the Trampling Woods are strong warriors and good trackers, and well, Gregor's kin are good spies and casters, and well, seen firsthand what one of you can do in battle, so yeah, I expect that having some of your soldiers in here, as well as your military commander and your elite group, should be not much to worry about.
Adam is actually from these parts. Adam life drinker.
Everyone fucking freezes in the tent. Like, make an insight check, everybody.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Sure thing.
What'd you do?
I think he called out Exodia.
Okay. Fuck.
Wait, who get-
27.
27.
Who get called out?
Adam life drinker.
That's 14 plus 9.
23.
Thank you, 23. My
He's
brain
gotta-
is
he's
not
gotta
working.
subtract one from one side and put it on the other.
Thank you so much. But
So 27,
You had a long
23.
day, man. I rolled a
I got-
19 plus 8.
woo!
I rolled a 16 plus 9, so...
So 25.
Yep, I put it in the chat, so...
Okay, so... Oh. Are they all on roll 20?
I mean, I am.
I'll put mine in.
Well, it's just like... Because I know you prefer that instead of all of us just shouting over each other.
That's fair.
Fair, yeah.
Numbers, numbers.
It's been a while since we played a session, so...
Roll insight, I guess. This is what we're doing. Are we doing insight?
Yes.
I said
yes.
everybody roll insight.
Sorry, my signal's cutting out a little bit.
Gotcha. Well, there have been a lot of storms around here lately.
Yeah, I see one.
I'm sorry, okay? I miss you all.
I'm sorry, that was like... It was too good to be
That
like-
was low-hanging fruit, Zachary.
Yeah.
Just because I'm running around the country naked. Look
They
at me.
call him
Are
Streak.
you the Flash? Or the Flasher?
Are you
Look.
Ezra Miller?
Yes.
See, I wasn't gonna
That
say
might not be a good one.
I
That
wasn't
one-
gonna say that.
That's
But
not a
again-
good one.
Instead of being
Yeah.
the Flash, he's the Flasher.
Fucking reverse Flash, dude. What the fuck?
No, that's who Ezra Miller is.
Anyway,
Yep.
this is gonna age like fine wine, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So, Vex, that insight.
Is Vex still here?
Maybe.
He might have disconnected.
That is a possibility.
You might be AFK.
Yeah, it hasn't said
Did we
anything in a minute, so...
continue? Because he didn't say anything in either of the chats.
We'll just
Yeah,
keep
they have
going.
not declared BRB.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said, they could be, like, their shit could have gotten disconnected. I don't know what's
That's
going
true.
We'll proceed without them.
on. Sorry, I'm eating real quick.
It's fine.
That's fine.
So, with everybody basically having over a 20, it's not hard to detect. Upon mentioning Ilam's name, seems like everyone in this room just... their blood seems to run cold.
Fear or hatred?
Primal fear.
Oh.
Is something wrong?
As they all look over at Ilam, who is just like casually just like picking his teeth. But they are just like staring with trepidation.
You all good?
Grim kind of snaps out of it and he's like, I. Well, that's definitely something that'll give our enemies pause.
Why? Look, we're not from the area. We don't know why this is a big deal.
Ilam's just like, the stories are all blown out of proportion. And Grimm's just like, well, I can tell them if, and Ilam's just like, I mean, I don't mind telling them. It's never come up before, so. Anyway. And he kind of turns to y'all and goes, listen, remember how I said I'm from around here, and my name was kind of given to me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the old days, you didn't have a surname. You were named for your father, or by your deeds. So, long time ago, there was a really big battle, before Caengal was really even Caengal. This was way back, say First Age, once the Dark Ages had kind of settled and King Caen was ruling over the land, hence the Caen and Gaul. So King Caen is ruling over the land, decides he wants to start getting greedy, start taking up land that belongs to encampments of Fae that have been trapped in our world. So a couple of soldiers go out and they do their thing, and I'm amongst them. And yeah, that's where I met my wife. She was a well, I believe that most people call them, well, they're referred to as witches or hags, but that's not accurate. They are children of the deathless. Hags are an entirely separate thing. Back in the day, witch and hag was just kind of a blanket term for anything that was supernatural and dark. So I met my wife. Things were good for a while, till King Caen found out and decided he wanted to march down to a little village I'd founded, full of Fae, and raise it to the foundation. My wife cast a spell on me to ward me against death. Little did I know how powerful the Fae magic of a child of the deathless is. And so for every soul I killed, I gained another. And suffice it to say, I took down a lot more of them than they did of me.
You said this is the first age, correct?
Mhm.
How old are you?
Just have to say I'm coming up on...
My father's considered old, and he's only about 700. From what you're describing, you are thousands of years old.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Rando, do you think you might know him?
I'm not gonna say who our father is just in case. He does know him in a negative way.
No, I do. We've talked.
In good or bad?
I mean, Merrick had to meet me somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not a, like, all immortals know each other kind of thing, but, like, it's a tight-knit group. We're aware of each other.
Y'all
Don't,
go to the same conventions, obviously.
don't give him the pleasure of calling him immortal.
Oh, he's not. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Not yet, anyway.
That's the fun part.
But yeah, I'd say by my reckoning, I'm probably about 3,642 and like 160 days, give or take.
That's a very precise reckoning, sir.
When you've got nothing but time, you learn to count good. Plus,
That's fair.
back in the Dark Ages, they didn't necessarily have clocks, and by the time that the first age was kind of getting started and kingdoms were getting on the rise, time wasn't necessarily something that we had an accurate count of.
No, that's fair.
But yeah, you could say I'm the reason that this kingdom has its name. Because, Caengal in, ancient Caenwilla, translates to the folly of Caen.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I'm basically the boogeyman of every folklore story that exists here.
Good to know.
That's real good to know.
To be honest, I didn't even know my family came from this region until Beelson told me about how this place in the Fey Courts. So I'm happy to help.
Well, then I'll be happy to provide any assistance I can. I'm assuming that there's probably going to be some edict or rule prohibiting me from getting too involved.
Well, they know you're not allowed to kill them.
That's true.
Also, there's an individual we need to speak with, Camilla LaFay.
Siobhan is like, you want to talk to LaFay?
Yes, to square up a debt. We promised someone that we deliver a message.
As you say that, McBear speaks up and goes, Siobhan, I kind of put in a request with an old acquaintance of mine to talk to Clan Sylphane and by extension Camilla to see if we can't form an alliance in the early stages of the tournament. And she's like, aye, well, now's the time to do it before brackets are formed. And he's like, aye, I know. Right, and he turns to all y'all. So, one more thing. So we have some time before the bracket is formed and we find out who we're up against. But in the meantime, you are allowed to go around and speak to any clans or people you wanted. Basically, the Clanmoot basically acts as a giant festival. So there's going to be drinking and feasting and games for fun, not for anything precise.
Points.
Yeah, they're not tracking points yet. So just drinking, feasting, fighting, games, song. You're welcome to interact with any clan you wish and speak or form alliances. You are considered guests here of Clan Ergidland, so everyone knows that you are outsiders, but that you are welcome under the old rules. So the only rules that they have during the time between matches is that there's no sabotaging. No sneaking, no sabotaging. That's the big rule. 2, you're allowed to fight, but you're not allowed to disable anybody. It just has to be a sparring match. No poisons. No bribes or cheating. And the last rule is no wandering beyond the grounds. There's designated areas you can go to, but they don't want outsiders wandering around freely.
Any particular reason?
Caengal's an ancient place full of old things and dangerous things. And additionally, outsiders aren't fair welcome here. We don't mind trading with people or providing shelter and comfort to those on the road, but the idea is that you keep moving. Caengal... Not many people respect Caengal's traditions, so we don't necessarily keep our borders open for outsiders.
Understood.
And with that, you all are turned loose. As McBear lets you all know that if you all need any escorts anywhere, he can lend you Fen. Otherwise, just be careful about where you go. Don't go around saying life drinker.
Oh yeah.
Ilum is told that for the time being he needs to go under an alias, and so he just changes his last name.
Avar Korik. No.
So he changes his last name temporarily.
Gotcha.
So do we want to go try to talk to? So just a refresher.
Mhm.
Oh, Zach, as a refresher.
I mentioned everything in the reply. But go ahead.
All right, never mind.
Right.
But so for my sake, we need to speak with Camilla Faye to see if we can arrange an alliance with Clan Sylvain.
Yep.
Yeah, and James Blackhand, who is with her, is working with Eclipse.
Yeah. Wait. James Blackhand?
So James Blackhand was, they both came in. I will say this, James Blackhand is a guest of Clan Carebrock. He is not here on behalf of Clan Sylvain. Camilla and her enchantment wizards are here on behalf of Clan Sylvain.
Okay, so on
that's-
different teams.
Different teams, yeah. Different teams, different alliances.
For whatever reason, in my notes, it was they were here together, but I guess...
They did come here together. They, however, are not in the tournament together.
Gotcha.
Just because...
That makes things less chaotic for us.
I mean, they're like I said, there are... Here, for the sake of fairness, everyone's divided into groups of 3. That doesn't mean that, outstanding alliances won't overlap. So, for example, Camilla and James are allies, so, or at least that's the implication. So, if say like Clan Carebrock, it may not be on the same team as Clan Sylphane, but if they have an alliance with Clan Sylphane, those two clans aren't going to try and eliminate each other
Gotcha.
until they have no other choice.
You want to try to knock that out of the way now before...
You guys
They
can do
formalize-
that. I'm gonna go look for James Blackhand.
Why do I know that name again?
He
He's one of the-
is the current wielder of the head-ups of Devonia.
He's on the list.
Right.
He is on the list.
Yes.
Yeah, so you sure you don't want to come with us and deal with that later?
I can... Sure, I can come with and just observe. I'm still going to look for him just so I can get a first-hand look of the serpent.
Gotcha. I just want to make sure nothing happens while you're alone.
Hey, we all have to follow the rules, and I'm not going to start anything.
Yet.
And I'm a good half-orc. Gallus is very calm and responsible, unlike the other guy.
Just be careful.
I am, and I'll come with you.
Do I need to watch you guys?
Because, for me personally, the only other thing I want to do in the meanwhile is kind of look up my family history while I'm here. If that's even a thing I can do.
I mean, are we all thinking that we're going to stay together right now? What's the consensus?
I mean,
We can divide and conquer if we want.
if there's a shop, I'm down. Shops like marketplace, I'm down to check that out.
User also, Vex dropped a list in the group chats. I don't know if Vex is still AFK or gone or whatever.
Or asleep?
Yeah. He dropped this Google Doc in the group chat that we all share. That's just like the loot from like that tower. And there's
Oh
like,
my god, we have so many potions.
yeah, like 50 standard healing potions, 30 greater.
Okay,
12.
I would like to specify, y'all don't have this like this is just the loot.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you don't have
Yeah,
this in
this
like
is-
a box somewhere.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was thinking that we should talk about distributing the this inventory so we actually have some potions on hand instead of just like in a crate somewhere back in a castle.
Yes, I will
give me
the
half of those
mirror-
potions. Holy shit!
I'll take the mirror of life trapping. That can totally not go wrong. Just like, oh, cool
shit.
mirror. Just take it.
Oh, I would like to wait till Vex gets back, because some of
No,
this does
I'm-
belong
I'm-
to
Yeah,
I'm
so we
joking,
can
I'm
keep track.
joking.
I
I'm not
completely
being
forgot to have my artificers look at the mage armor clothes. God damn it.
You guys are looking at some of these items, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's terrifying.
Can you guys see the one I just highlighted?
Let me open it up again.
I'm not seeing you
No.
highlight anything. Did you highlight the
No.
deck of many things like me?
No. Let's see. Uncommon items. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth one from the top.
Uncommon.
Oh, blood of lycanthropy antidote.
Oh yeah, I'm fully aware of that, bitch.
Let's see.
Oh,
A
wing
potion of
boots. Oh,
invulnerability. Yeah. Man, that potion of invulnerability would have been really fucking useful for him, right?
Yeah, we can get those wing boots. Tala can finally fly.
What?
Yes, it's all been illusion this whole time.
Hawk's
Look.
doing a hawk.
Yo,
I'm
I want that wand to fireballs.
I'm just surprised Eclipse hasn't hit Merrick with like silvered weapons yet.
I will abuse the crap out of
Yeah.
that. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
but-
hey, Yearion communications. We have some of those.
Yeah. Speaking of, should we get?
Yeah.
I know we have a bit of a clock running, so should we keep going?
Yeah.
We still got
So-
2 hours.
Yeah.
Hour and 50. But
Just because again, like
gallons?
I don't know if Vex is again like here or not. So I'm probably gonna end a little earlier than I was expecting, just because I don't want to get too far ahead.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Because I
I'm
know
okay
that
with
they had some conversations that they wanted to have with Camilla
Totally fair.
about their father and all that. So
So should we save that for when they get back?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if y'all want to hold off on Camilla for now, because, like, there's
That's
no
fine with that.
timetable on y'all talking to her and, like, getting the Holy Avenger.
I'm totally cool with that.
So if y'all just want to wander around and do some other stuff, like, there's tons to do here.
Time
Oh
for
darn!
Avok to go look for James Blackhand like a good boy.
You want to come with you, man, or do you want to just have fun flying solo for a little bit?
It's been a while
mean,
since Avok's been left unsupervised.
I was gonna say I'm kind of gonna go solo.
Yeah.
You know,
Last
last
time
time
we
Rando
all
went
got
solo,
got
he
killed.
fucking sank some ships.
The last time Mivok went unsupervised, he died. Again.
Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna just leave the party
At
unsupervised.
this
and
point,
just-
which
we-
time?
I mean,
Paolo
y'all
is-
have time to do stuff and some escorts, so you can ask to go anywhere in particular, and if they can provide it, they will take you there.
Paolo's going to check out a pub or a tavern.
All right, so Tal's going drinking.
Is there anywhere I can go to research my family history?
They
Just to
can
better
totally
appreciate.
take you to a elder or storyteller.
Fantastic.
Looking for James Blackhand.
Looking for James Blackhand. What's Rando doing?
Want to go drinking?
Oh god, Zach died too.
What? No, I didn't.
Yeah, I
No,
I asked you what you wanted to do.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to the marketplace.
All right, going shopping. Hell yeah.
Heck yeah! I want to see what they got.
Avok's probably going to head that way after having a nice conversation.
Honestly, do I need anything? No.
It's just fun to look around.
Tala still doesn't really have much in the way of money, so she's not really bothering going shopping.
Bruh, you come from money.
No one's giving her any.
I can help you.
She literally just has like 3,000. That's it.
So first things first. Oh, Vex's mic popped for a second there.
Did it?
I did.
Anything?
X.
Oh, he's back.
Hi.
alive!
Hi!
Are you back? Oh boy,
From the beyond!
we thought you died.
What
Some
happened to
days
you?
I still can hear him.
I might have fallen asleep for a bit.
That's all right. That's all right.
Vex, you missed it. We met up with Camilla LaFay, and she was actually pretty chill.
Yeah.
No, I'm
yeah.
totally kidding. We
Damn it, we gotta
did
keep
go along.
going.
We were gonna hold off on that until you got back. Since you're back, everybody was gonna go off and do their own thing. Did you want to go ahead and do the Camilla thing first, and then everybody go to their own thing?
It kind of impacts the group, so we could do that one together.
Yeah.
I love how essentially we just all put our hands in ready to go. Ready, break, and Vex puts their hand in too, like ready, and we're all just staring at Vex, like, what?
What are you doing here?
That really is the visual of what just happened.
All right, so in that case, yeah, we'll head over to Clan Sylvain.
Ready? Break!
Alright, Camilla first, and then Mischief.
And then everybody gets to do their own thing.
Just a
And then
reminder,
I
we
get
gotta
my
try and
girlfriend.
broker up for Tala's mission. We gotta try and broker a peace between her and Clan Aragon for Clan May.
Sylvain. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing that to.
Yeah, I had for Clan Maeve is what I had in my notes.
So Clan Maeve is there.
Yeah. But no, like we were trying to do a peace for between her and Clan Aragon land for Maeve, is what my notes said.
Gotcha. That is actually a mix up on my part.
Yeah.
So I had forgotten the name of her clan and just picked one, which was Maeve. Went back through my notes today, found out that her clan is Clan Sylvain. So,
Maeve of Clan Sylvain.
no. So Clan Maeve is a whole nother thing. That's on me. That's Walker for not keeping track of his own notes.
Okay.
So yeah, y'all arrive at the camp of Clan Sylvain, which is full of elves and satyrs and centaurs and half-elves and humans and a few furbolgs. And towards the back there is a very large and elaborate kind of like emerald green tent with gold banners. And sitting outside are a group of robed individuals that are all like reading through books and like poring over spell components. So you can safely assume that these are the Wizards of Cragseat from the enchantment school.
Merrick goes up to someone who Merrick goes up to someone who looks like they have some authority. Excuse me, we're here to we request an audience with Camilla LaFay.
You walk up to a very... I'll say this, just because Yuza's kind of familiar with the styles of Cragseat, wizards in Cragseat don't necessarily dress like wizards anywhere else. They do kind of like wear kind of sleek and fine robes, and usually like those of certain schools will wear certain things. All of these like enchantment school people, like they do have like these big like kind of like bulky cloaks that they wear. But as you get closer, like and peer under the cloak a bit, they are wearing like very like there's not a lot of clothing beneath these robes. So you are like fully staring like at a male elf's like well oiled pecs as he looks at you and just goes, "You seek LaFay. Very well.
Yeah.
I shall guide you to her. May I ask, who summons the Mistress of Enchantment?"
Merrick Gilder on behalf of Clan Ergitlan.
He looks you up and down and goes, I shall relay to her at once that Merrick Gilder of Clan Ergitlan seeks audience.
I'm so tempted to polymorph and just go in as a mouse and be like, "Hey, what's up?"
And he kind of like strides away, and his footsteps are just like, it's almost like it's graceful.
It's like I've seen him in Lord of the Rings where like Legolas is like on top of the snow.
Not quite. It's more like the scene in like fucking Lothlorien where like Galadriel just like literally glides down the stairs.
Do we want me disguised, or do we just want to just present that up front?
Maybe put a cloak on so she doesn't think you're here to kill her, at least at first.
That's why I say we're here on behalf of Clan Ergitlan, so she knows we're here on war game business and not our own personal shits.
We're here on war business.
We're allowed to go in. She sees you. Cast Fireball. 9th level.
So yeah, it's a few minutes before the male elf glides back out, and he just goes, "The Mistress of Enchantment shall see you all now."
Fantastic. Do we need to, would you like us to surrender any weapons as we go in, or...?
There is no need.
Very well.
How was I supposed to give up my hands?
Alright, let's go.
Alright.
And he leads you all into the tent, where sitting on a large, kind of sprawled couch, overlooking a table full of like charts and documents and other things, leaning on her side, is a blonde high elven woman with beautiful green eyes and a long green like silk dress with like gossamer sleeves, and she's wearing like a gold like shimmering cloak and a little like tiara, and she looks up at you all and just goes, "Ah, welcome. I am Camilla LaFay, and you are here on business of Clan Ergidlan?"
Yes, Merrick Gilder of the Silver Dawn Inquisition. I wanted to speak with you about an alliance between Clan Sylphane and Clan Ergitlan.
Well, I'd be more than happy to hear out what you have to say, although I can't guarantee anything for certain. But please, sit. Let us speak. And she looks over at the elf and she goes, Falthriel, and he's just like, yes, my maiden. And she's like, okay, just maybe chill with that. Get some chairs, and he's just like, at once. And he just glides out, and she goes, okay. He'll be back in like a minute. And then he just glides in with like 4 other elves that all have chairs, and they just like set them up for you, and then they just kind of like dance away.
Well, before I begin about my proposal, let me inquire about another alliance that you may have. One with James Blackhand.
Of course. So, what's the question you have on that?
Is it worth it?
Absolutely not. But I have a vested interest in Clan Caebrock, even if they choose shit allies. And the leaders of Clan Braith, who Clan Sylphane is in a old Shield Oath pact with, demands that we aid them in supporting their claim to the throne, and since Clan Braith wants Clan Caebrock to succeed in the hopes that they might elevate Clan Braith to the status they once held, I'm kind of tied in a unfortunate agreement.
And you said you have a vested interest in Blackhand.
No, I have a vested interest in Clan Caebrock.
Your Brock, my apologies.
Yes, I've served as a spiritual leader for Clan Sylphane for some time.
By blood or just by choice?
By choice. I came to Caengal a long time on my walkabout when I had sworn off magic, and found that the people were quite agreeable and were just and honorable, and in addition to them, magic is not a tool to be used. It is a part of life, of ceremony, of culture and clan. So
I can respect that.
It was a nice viewpoint that I'd never considered before, and so I learned and was accepted, and through time, Clan Sylphane appreciated my gifts enough to consult with me on the needs that they had for spiritual guidance.
And did she mention her interest in Clan Caebrock, or did my attention slip there?
She has not mentioned it yet.
Okay, I just want to make sure that my attention didn't falter. Would you mind sharing your vested interest with Clan Caebrock?
So, a while ago, I met someone who was of Clan Orgas in exile, and it was a lovely time, and I may have some children that then went on to unite Clan Orgas and Asphira under the new name of Clan Caebrock. So, unfortunately, one of my grandchildren is currently leading it.
You don't sound very happy about that.
Yeah, you don't exactly sound.
Well, first off, I should go ahead and preface. I am not incredibly old. But...
Okay.
Things tend to move faster here in Caengal than in other places. So my grandchildren aren't terribly old. But since alliances shift and things change, sadly, people I've loved have died. And one of my grandchildren, the current leader of the clan, Vestia, became trapped in the Feywild, and when he was freed, well, now he's... When I left him, he was 4 years old, and now he's 40.
Let's say that. Yeah, I
can understand that.
I'm sorry.
Gallus here traveled 200 years in the future when he got trapped in the Feywilds as well.
Yes, time is fucky.
It is a very fucky soup.
So he got it in his head that while through his travels in the Feywild, he got it in his head that Clan Cabrock was meant for more than relegation in the shadows of their former houses, and should take center stage to usurp Clan Ergidland that had been in the spotlight for far too long. So he kind of made it his blood mission to seek vengeance on the house that has spurned his own. So he is a fool, and unfortunately has claimed right over the clan from his father and grandfather, and now leads them.
You know, the thought occurred, he's probably older than his dad right now.
He is not.
Okay.
But he... Oh, his father. Yes, no, he's older than his father.
And you don't support him.
I support Clan Cabrock.
Well, we can always... Can we possibly try and talk him out of this, or is he just too tunnel-visioned in this?
It seems that he has his mind set on his goals. But if Clan Cabrock... Even if Clan Cabrock loses, there's still hope for the clan in becoming High King, as whoever wins can be elected to position by... Whoever wins gets to choose the High King, basically.
So, if you win, you could just choose your son, your grandson.
I could. I would not.
May I ask who you would pick?
Why, my husband, of course.
And who is your husband?
That would be Dalen Orgas.
Aelin Orgast.
And what is Mr. Blackhand's involvement in all this? I'm just curious.
I don't know. Apparently, a accord was struck between Vestia and Mr. Blackhand during his travels about in the Feywild.
In the Feywild.
Yes.
I do believe your grandson may be under manipulation.
Oh, I believe as much as well. But there are ways things are done here.
I mean, I'm sure you are aware of Blackhand's affiliations.
I am.
I'm
I
here
figured as
to.
much.
Go ahead.
I figured as much. I did not doubt your intelligence. Just kind of just commenting on, like, of course you would know. Like, oh yes, just being polite.
Oh, I almost forgot. I brought you something, and I hand her some tea that that we learned that she likes.
She's like, oh, thank you. And she's like, would you like a cup?
Certainly, it'd be rude to refuse an offer.
And she will begin brewing some tea, and be like, you know, I know you, and she gestures to Merrick. She's like, your reputation speaks for itself. I am unfamiliar with your companions. Who...
Are you kidding me?
We had to rip off the band-aid sometime.
Endo should be a bigger deal than us.
These are my allies. Rendo Mishorm,
Hello.
Gallus Mogules,
Light bow.
Talasoon,
Hella bows.
and Vex. Should I introduce you, or do you have any problem with me giving your real name?
Gallus, go Gallus, go Gallus, go Gallus, go Gallus. I'm
This
telling
is
you
Gallus
now.
number 2. This is Gallus number 2.
I'm telling you
I am
now.
also Gallus Morgulus.
This is my
You're
sister.
Gallus, you're Gallus, you're Gallus. I'm Gallus!
Mogula.
Are there any other Galluses I should know about?
Gallus.
Shadow Punch.
And this is Ava Korik. I'm kidding, don't worry.
Vex, do you want me to introduce? Like, do you have any reservations about using user's real name right now, or just fuck it?
Fuck it.
Fuck and use a Peric.
You wouldn't know the name. It's not like user made the name afterwards.
Pleasure to meet you. I've heard of the deeds of the Silver Dawn, and I've trying to keep appraised of most people of interest that are coming to this. I will be honest, I know some of what you all have done. I don't know your names per se. But I do know of your accomplishments.
We've heard a great deal about you and your talents. I was actually hoping that we could form an alliance with Clan Sylphane and Clan Erkitlan.
As I told you, I wouldn't be opposed to the notion.
Fantastic. What would we have to do to earn such an alliance?
It means nothing so profound. I would just ask that if Clan Sylphane crosses Clan Ergedland's path, I shall tell my warriors not to engage your clansmen, and you tell your clansmen not to engage mine.
That's simple?
We shall go on our separate ways. And if we end up not crossing paths during the tournament and both make it to the finals, then I would just ask that your clan Ergedlan eliminate the people in their alliance as I will eliminate the people in mine. For you see, once you make it past the tournament, all bets are off. It becomes kind of a free-for-all. So whatever alliances you have should stand well.
Can someone help out me, Storm? That sounds like a solid deal without any double speak or backstabbery.
She's asking us to. She's asking us to like double cross all other alliances once we make it out of the tournaments. Is that right? If we look
Now-
to fight no.
Me, Zach the player, I'm not against this. However, Rando, on the other hand, we have agreed to help Augenland, so we gotta stick with them.
Yeah. Can Tala also like insight to see if this person's on the level with the offer, or if she's like potentially hinting at more?
Yeah, like my brain broke a little bit.
So what she is saying, okay?
Yeah.
So when and if your alliance makes it to the top of the tournament, y'all are crowned champions. You know, like y'all move on to the election of the High King. If Clan Sylphane also makes it to the final bracket with their alliance, and they move on to the next round as well, where it becomes the free-for-all, they're not saying, hey, Clan Ergidlan has to, like, you have to betray Clan Ergidlan. That what they are saying is that Clan Ergidlan has to betray Clans Ghislaine and Diarmada, just as Clan Sylphane will betray Clan Braith and Kolken.
At that point, it is a free-for-all
Yes.
anyway, though.
So it's not necessarily a betrayal. It is an understanding that, like, once you make it out of the big tournament, it becomes a, like, you gotta fight like you're gonna win this crown.
I mean, that's kind of
She-
the goal
she
already.
essentially wants to just make sure that
Yeah, she basically just wants
we don't
us
have
to
a
not.
stacked, or have a stacked group against everyone else at that point.
Yeah, basically, we don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with us, as opposed to a more formal alliance of joining forces.
Pretty much.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah, that. I'm just going to insight too, just for precaution's sake. Oh, that's I'll just put that in. But yeah, I actually don't see any problem there.
So for my insight, what I get is she's just kind of on the level.
Yeah.
Okay.
You and Merrick can both tell that she's being genuine. She hasn't lied to y'all once, in fact.
I can find those terms agreeable. Then we just relay these to Clan Ergitlan to finalize it, and I'll happily return with their final decision.
Excellent. I eagerly await to hear what they have to say.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
And the tea was delightful. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Alright, so I threw my 2 cents in for the strategy group.
Yeah, I'm reading it now.
By the way, did you want to talk to her before y'all leave, or you gonna wait?
I don't mind doing. I don't mind doing it now.
Yeah, go ahead and do you, man.
Pardon me. Would you mind if we had words before we venture off?
Not at all.
Excellent. So you're not aware of who I am.
I know that you are an ally of the Silver Dawn. Outside of that, I can't say I know much. I've been in Caengal for quite some time.
What was my title? What was my experiment number?
13.
Experiment 13. That Arcadium or something?
Yeah, it's like the Arcanium.
Okay. Oh. I suppose I don't mind telling you this. Remember... hold on, I need to keep the chat, otherwise it's just gonna keep beeping in my ear. So, remember? Do you remember? Names are escaping my brain. Fuck.
Galleon.
No.
Oh.
Uh,
Kokias?
no.
No.
Necromancy bitch.
Hmm?
What do I look like?
Intivar?
Devar, thank you. Remember Intivar Wintress?
Make an insight check.
Okay, what if I just roll an 18? What if I just roll an actual 18?
Okay.
So
She
yeah.
visibly flinches at the name. And it's not like a flinch of like, oh shit, or like a flinch of like, I've been found out. It is a like legitimate visceral fear response.
Apologies, I did not mean to scare you. Take it that means you two did not leave on good terms.
I can't say that we did. By the way, just for me, because like I want to make sure, like, because I know there was talk of it before you entered the tent. Do you have like your cloak drawn up right now? Like, can she see what you look like, or were you just like obscuring yourself while Merrick was talking?
Yeah, I would have been obscuring myself. Did not interrupt his conversation.
Gotcha. And yeah, I'd say like in this situation, if you're still like obscure, like she hasn't seen what you look like, so she's like just speaking as if you are another spellcaster in his employ. He's like, yes, I did not leave with Master Wintress on the best terms. After I took my walkabout, I had different opinions on how we should be using our magic in our time than what they envisioned. And suffice it to say, they were upset, and things were said, words were thrown about, and I may have cast a high-level enchantment on them, telling them to leave me alone. And that was the last I saw of them.
And what about Carrion first?
Sorry, who?
Carrion. That's his name, right? Carrion? Dad?
Oh, Galleon.
Alien. Fucking. Blank.
She's like, yes, Galleon. I have seen him more recently, and I will be seeing him again soon.
Done. Please do not freak out as I remove my hood.
She tenses visibly.
Slowly take off my hood.
Upon seeing like your face, she like tenses more, but like as she takes in the details of your face and like the subtle differences, she cocks an eyebrow and like tilts her head even a little bit and is like, you're who are you?
Suppose you would have known my designation as Experiment 13, Arcadium.
She sighs with relief And then after like a brief pause where she like is looking at her desk and just kind of like seems to be lost in her thoughts, she smiles a little bit and she's like, "So Galleon succeeded in spiriting you away."
Indeed, he did.
That is good to hear. By the time we... Oh, sorry.
Please go on.
By the time we had reached 10, the experiments were waning on all of us, but Galleon took the brunt of it. Intivar suspected that he had stashed away one of the experiments, just wasn't sure which one.
I think she knew. In fact, given the tower's illusory capabilities, fairly certain she saw me.
Well, then it's a good thing that Galleon is an adept divination wizard, but also a skilled abjurer.
Indeed. Thing is, I would wish to thank him in person. Thanks to Kilkias, I'm aware of where he will be next month. I came here hoping I could strike a deal for him.
Kilkias? You've spoke with Kilkias?
Yes, I have.
Can't imagine that went well.
Did not end well for him.
She kind of, like, takes that, not necessarily in stride, like, there's definitely, like, a moment of, like, oh, like, that washes across her face, and she's just like, well then, you say you've claimed the divination tower, and if your conversation with Kilkias went the way you say it did, and she like when you say that you claim the divination tower, like it's taking her a second to like catch up with the conversation, just because like you've dropped like a lot of bombs on her, like she's kind of like reeling from some information, but like she kind of then like processes and is like divination tower, divination principal, and then like realizes like, oh, this is the person that's killed the necromancy principal, and now they've taken out Kilkias. And she, like, thinks for a second, and she's like, are you... I'm sorry to even have to ask this. Do you seek to end all of us?
Admittedly, I did it first. I originally targeted the necromancer principal because I thought they were the ones who had created these atrocities, and just grips her pendant.
As you, like, grip your pendant, you look up and you realize that Camilla's not wearing hers.
However, I've met a few of the principals who have not been as evil as I would have thought. Did not want Zacchaeus to end up the way he did. He was messing around with powers I could not stop.
He always did see himself as a bigger fish than he was.
So, Currently, I am in the position of the divination, necromancy, illusion, transmutation, the abjuration.
So you just need my pendant, the evocation, and the conjuration.
As a wayward soul myself, you can understand how I would despise these things.
I am all too familiar with their reviling nature.
Simply wish to set the souls in them free. And afterwards, I would probably destroy them so that no more souls could be sealed.
Make an insight check.
18.
Okay. You see it flash for the briefest of seconds, but in her eyes is a spark of kinship when you mention freeing the souls from the necklace and then seeking to destroy it when your work is done. And she's like, I must be careful, as I never know who is listening, but in this place, in this realm, I have known the greatest amount of safety. I must confess that I, too, have been on a mission similar to yours, freeing the souls to find new housing.
I'm pleased to hear that.
Caengal is a place of tradition and spiritual essence. Unfortunately, it is not one of vast medicine, though there are many great healers here. Sometimes children are born that do not breathe. So I give the souls a new life and the parents a healthy child. A fair trade, I think. If I find other means by which I can house a soul, I tend to pursue it. Just careful not to upend lives.
I admit I did not believe that we would get along this well.
Had you met me many years ago, we would not have. It took a great deal of pain for me to learn my lessons. And that was unfortunate. And not many principals share the ideas you seek. While there aren't all evil or all good. There are sadly too many that would be willing to stand to the side. The Evocation Principal, from what I know of them, is someone that just desires wizardly domination, sees themselves as a bringer of power and destruction. The Conjuration Principal is a blind fool that is more content to peer through the veil beyond dimensions than to look at the state of their own people. Kilkias was an arrogant ass who sought to understand the fabric of reality and weave it to his liking. The Abjuration Principal is content in his duty to his people and to the people of Cragseat, but sees no good nor ill in the work that is done by her people. The Illusion Principal is, well, a good soul caught in a bad situation, and so they must choose inaction. The Necromancy Principal was a raving lunatic.
Indeed, he was.
But Intivar is worse.
Never doubted that for a second. Much as I would love to have a mother and a father, don't see me and her getting along very well.
For what it's worth, you have 2 mothers and 2 fathers.
Tyus did not seem that interested in being my father.
I should revise then. You have a mother, a father, and 2 creators. I do not have to be, though, if you do not wish it to be. Nonetheless, though, you are family to me.
Never really experienced family before. Should probably learn.
It can be quite chaotic.
I mean, yes, if looks back towards Rando and Tala, if those 2 are any indication.
That's the thing about family, is that though chaotic at the end of the day, there's someone who you share a bond with and you can lean on. And family doesn't always have to be blood. I've learned as well that you can choose your family. Been matron to a great many people.
As nice as this is, as this has been, still need to ask again. Is there a world in which I could have my father?
Make a persuasion check. This will be contested against an unknown DC for intimidation.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Do-do-do-do-do-do. That would be 25.
She tenses, and you can see kind of like the mental acrobatics she's going through right now of like, this is like my child. I created this. I brought them into the world. And Galleon
Also,
is their,
the
is their father.
evocation principle scares me.
Yeah, it's like is their father, like, you know, like they just want to be reunited with their family. But the evocation principle like scares the crap out of me, and Intivar is a consistent threat and nightmare in the back of my mind. And as she's like having this match going back and forth, you see like her brain kind of settle, and she looks at you and she goes, in 1 month, Galleon will be moved into my city. And when he is, it is expected that he stay in my care at the behest of the evocation principle. I will not let them know that we are to be working together. Because if you have captured the Abjuration Principal and you have access to his research, not even the Evocation Principle could lay waste to my city. I could get him to Yearion.
What's the name of this ability? I would like to use the third eye and switch my vision to see invisibility. Just make sure there's no scrying orbs around us.
Sure thing. There are no scrying orbs around you.
I think I would love that very much.
She nods and goes, as well, I can bring you the amulet and my portion of the research. I
don't suppose you would also consider moving your city to the safety of Yearion.
I can move my people, but sadly my city is rather immobile. You are...
That's really what a city is. People. What did you think I meant?
Of course. Sorry, given that you had taken Kilkai's tower, I assumed that you saw the mechanisms within.
I did, but unfortunately his tower does not move like that.
You are in luck, though, because the Conjuration City does.
So it's just Dracula's Castlevania, but a whole city.
Not quite. You'll see when you get there.
Not, because it won't be there.
And she lets you know, she says, I can move my people there and get them safe. And we can move the Abjuration Principal's people as well. Copy the defenses and apply them to the defenses of your city and my city's foundation so that when all is said and done, our people will have homes to return to.
Can agree to that.
Excellent. Then I shall agree to your terms, and before you leave, I shall make sure that I gather my amulet and my research for you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for giving us a second chance.
She just like thinks to herself for a moment, like contemplating something. No, I'm just gonna roll a die real quick.
Kills her. Right then and there.
No, it's just determining whether or not she does or does not do something. Yuza just floats up, hugs her. Kind of awkwardly, like this is this how this works?
As you like awkwardly like go up and like hug her, she like definitely like flinches, like she wasn't expecting you to hug her. But then like she just brings you into like the warmest like fucking mom hug on the planet. Like it there has net for Yuza, who has been like on the like defensive and kind of like cautious and apprehensive, like has slowly since meeting the Silver Dawn like been able to like lower their guard and like be at ease around people. This is a true and genuine moment of like feeling safety.
Everyone can probably visibly see Yusa fully relax.
Like the shoulders just...
Every bit of tension on. Visible difference.
Well,
and I think that is a good point to end tonight's session, and we'll pick up next time with everyone's individual activities. Thank you everyone for tuning in to our session of the Clan Wars. I am Walkman EXE, your ever-present Dungeon Master. The real stars of my show, as always, are my ever-present role players. We have Vexatal24 playing Yusuperic.
Clan is going to war.
Zodiac Zack 19 playing Random Mishorm.
Somehow I'm always helping the weird characters that... I don't know.
The Hawk of Bridge playing Talasoon.
Hi. Good night, everybody.
Red Beast 13 playing Avon Court.
Hey, here we go.
And Storm Sage 13 playing Merrick Gilder.
Assemble your crew.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in, and we hope you have a fantastic evening. Good night.
Goodbye.